marriage, babies, conversation between Mac and Ops.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my home. Tonight I'm hosting a friend of mine, Mac. How are you doing, Mac?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. So Mac and I are going to have a conversation. For those who don't know, Mac is a good friend of mine. In fact, when we got married, Mac was my best man. So I think you have been watching that. For those who are following my social media, is doing our photography, is the founder and director of Mak and I photography.
That sounds so professional.
Oh yeah. So Meg and I are good friends. He's a pastor, he's a youth pastor, he loves the Lord. I love the Lord too. So Meg and I tonight are going to have a conversation. These are conversations that we normally have the two of us, but today we want to have our conversation in front of you about some serious issues but funny in another sense. Yeah. So Mac, what do you think? Are we ready to do this?
I'm good to go. I must say it's gonna be a bit uncomfortable, but yeah.
It should be fun. So for those who do not know, I am married. This year I'm celebrating my 4th anniversary. But my friend here, Meg, is not married. So I don't claim to be an expert in marriage, but I just know a few things that I've learned in 4 years. But Meg is also an expert in being single. So Meg and I are going to have a conversation with some uncomfortable topics. Maybe I will start by asking Meg a question, but we'll deal with uncomfortable questions that we are being asked from the married perspective and from a single person's perspective. Yeah. So I want to ask Meg a question. I'm putting him on the spot. It's spontaneous, but I'm putting him on a spot. Meg.
Yes.
So by now we've already established that you are not married. So, but what are some of the questions that you are being asked as a person that you feel they are uncomfortable or you do not like? What are those questions that you are mostly being asked as a person who's not married?
The frequently asked question I would say is, when are you getting married?
Oh yeah.
Like even from the most random people, those who do not like know your journey or don't really take interest in your life. I mean, it could be like at a conference, at whatever function that they can be at church.
Sure.
The first thing they'll actually say is that, do you remember me? Right?
Yeah.
So between there and the time I'm this tall, the question is, when are you getting married? When are you getting married?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And how do you often respond to that?
I've learned to kind of laugh it away.
Okay.
At first it was kind of uncomfortable, but I just laugh with it.
Sure.
Yes, when? And it's like the Lord has not revealed this yet.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I think for me, from a married person, I think these questions are, it's almost like sequential.
Yeah.
When you are when you are single, it's when are you getting married, and then when you eventually get married, people, including Christians, start doing countdown. So they're counting down between when you get married and when will you have the first baby, and they want to see if 9 months adds up. So if 9 months doesn't add up, yes, bestly then he's getting married because he's hiding his
And you're saying now it's 4 years now.
Oh yeah. So
the countdown is
finished now. Now there's a second question that comes on top.
Okay.
When are you having children? So it's when you are single, when are you getting married?
Yeah.
When you get married, countdown. After you get married, when are you having children? It's a very sensitive question.
And how does it make you feel?
I personally don't like that question because I feel like it's someone who's being naive, who's asking those kind of questions. Of course, having children and stuff like that, there are packages of being married, but I feel like they're so personal because I feel like when you ask me when are you having children, you are literally asking me when are you and your wife having intercourse. That's for me. What's personal?
It's like you've not been having for 4 years.
Yeah, I feel violated when someone asking me that kind of question. Honestly, I feel violated.
Yeah.
But also, besides that, even moving more intimate, I feel like people are being naive in asking those kind of questions. I mean, we don't manufacture babies. It's God who decides all these things. We love the Lord. We love one another.
Yeah.
And the reason we got married, the reason I got married to my wife, it's not because I want to be a father of the nation.
Yeah.
I got married to my wife because I love her.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's also a personal space where my wife and I need to decide when are we having a child.
Yeah.
But also I think people are being ignorant to the fact that it's not us who determines all this.
Yeah.
All these
True.
other things.
True. And same with marriage. It doesn't
Sure.
just automatically happen at at a certain age. Like you say, I think, and I believe that it also happened according to God's will.
Sure.
Because I mean, same here in terms of getting married.
Uh-huh.
There are a lot of things that get into marriage. It's not like you just decide one day and you say, okay, I'm going to get married.
Sure.
It's really a whole lot of other things, and it's like somebody's invading your personal space and saying they've determined that, okay, perhaps you have money, they see you doing this and doing that,
Sure.
and they say you've got all the resources, what are you waiting for? That's
Sure.
basically it. And for me, I hate to explain myself to say, I don't have the money as yet, because they're like, what do you mean? You've got a business and all of that. And it's not as easy as people think. So it kind of pressurizes you
Sure.
in to a certain extent to say, man, you need to be working very fast.
Sure.
It's like you're not making good financial decisions according to
yeah.
them. And yeah, it's really violating.
I think so. I think it's very violating. But maybe I need to ask you as your friend. I think. But tell me. Wow.
Wait. Do I get to ask you questions as well?
Yeah, you may ask. But tell me now. But are you really? Where is the person? I mean, I don't want to ask. I don't want you to tell me the name. I just want to make sure. Are you really praying, or what? One eye is open, one eye is looking to the Lord. What is happening in that space? How are we navigating that space?
I feel like we should have talked about this before. Okay, let me say I'm working towards something.
Okay,
I'm working towards something. I am intentionally on the journey towards it. Yeah, one of the things that I've actually appreciated with, I thought according to my own dreams and aspirations, I thought by the age 22, 23 that I'll be, making that commitment, and obviously it didn't happen. And I kind of felt like, God, are you delaying this? Because, it's not like I was just hoping, but there was someone that was, So I was like, I was already like saying, God, no, I'll meet you halfway. Let me.
At least you're not far. You come this way, come this way.
Yeah, and I mean, I've been continually working towards it. But like I said, life has, and God has his own plans. But I was basically getting to the fact that I think a few weeks back, I was actually looking in hindsight, and I was saying that I'm actually glad that God did not allow it to happen, because I'm discovering things about myself that could have been detrimental in my marriage had I not dealt with them, as I'm still even dealing with them now, type of thing. So I feel that it would have been unfair and selfish of me getting into marriage hoping that things will and my character and all that will be fixed in there. And it was just a time of introspection and saying, actually, I'm grateful that God has kept me.
And I think you have touched a very sensitive issue of working even on yourself. I think some of us need to heal also first before we even move into the relationship. But coming back to my issue and the questions that I'm being asked, I feel like it's very, you don't know how much we would like to do certain things or not want to, depending on people. Other people really wants to have children. but other people don't feel like it's a priority, and we should respect and honor that. So I think for my side, in terms of that, I just feel like maybe this video will be used to set the record straight from my side. Whoever, if you are watching it, that this is how I feel when you literally ask me. And it does not only go to friends, it goes to mother-in-laws and father-in-laws and extended family. It's a very serious issue. If people are married, let them decide when should they have children. Please stay out, whether you are mother-in-law, father-in-law, or pastor, or whoever you are. Marriage is for two people. Let two people work on that. If they are having challenges, then they will consult whoever they feel comfortable with. So for me, I feel like that space, it's a no-go area. And I feel like the same thing should be, the same truth should be applied even in your space. People need to decide when should they get married. Or while we are discussing about marriage, my friend, tell me, what do you think is the right is the right way to get married? I mean, we have a traditional way of doing it. We have and traditional, I mean African traditional, but we also have Western traditional, which is what we call white wedding. And stuff, and the list goes on. Others just prefer to pay lobola, and if they are Christians, they just blessed by the pastor. It's still marriage, it's still valid. What do you think in that space? What do you think when you observe all these things and how marriage is being done? What do you think?
Oh man, you're putting me on the spot again. Well, I think at the end of the day, if God is present in both settings, it's really up to you. I don't think to a certain extent that you should do it in a traditional way to prove that you're African. You know, and not do it the Western way because you're trying to do away with the Western mentality or influences. But I think at the end of the day, it's up to you, because we tend to, and well, I think with people who are trying to do it the African way is to remind themselves of the beauty of our culture, because it's something that we've also lost. And I think it's important that we embrace it, and not just to prove to the media or to social media and to make a statement, but rather accepting that this is my culture and I'm proud of it. So I think I don't even know if I'm answering. You did. I said the other time, well, I personally don't worry about this way or the other way, as long as the person feels happy. But I am just concerned when people think this one is better than this one. But also in issue of marriage, I've made a status last year during this time. Last year, this exact day, what is today's date? The 20th? 22nd.
It's the 23rd. Yeah, the 23rd. Last year, the 23rd. On my Facebook post, I've made a status and saying, it's 75 rand to get married at Home Affairs. Just do the right thing. And I'm still saying it today. The same day as I've done last year during this time. I'm still saying that if you want to get married and things are not working, and I'm not being naive of the issue of lobola and all of those things. My personal view is, if we can negotiate to buy anything with installments, from a car to a house to everything, why can't we negotiate the? I don't know, but that's me, and I'm willing to have someone engage me in that space. So why can't we have that installment? Because life is just too expensive.
Sure.
Yeah.
We're touching on a lot of stuff. And I think this calls for a part 2, because these are very important issues. And I think with the generation that we're living in, there's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of demands and all of that. Now there's COVID-19 and all of this whole mess.
And we've been having a lot of virtual weddings too. People are married, we're watching them on social media and stuff like that. So guys, as Meg has already indicated, this calls for part 2. Maybe part 2 will deal with societal pressures. Apart from, of course, what we've just spoken about, it's part of it, but maybe we'll speak about it in the context of that marital space. But also, if you see this video, let us know what is it that you would like to see us addressing, and then we will read into your comments, and in our next, on our part 2 of this session, we will record it, and we will have the same conversation that we are having, maybe on a different
So,
subject.
when are you getting married? When are you having babies?
Oh yeah, don't even go there, don't even provoke me. So guys, we love you, we appreciate you. Please let us know what you think. If you want to be part of our conversation, I don't know how we will make it possible, but we can make it possible. In fact, we will next time. I'm hoping that we will have a female rep, just to hear from the female perspective about those pressures of even getting married and stuff. So see you next time, guys. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
Have a lovely day. Bye.
This production was brought to you by Mak and I Media.